Here again with another Lucifer Season 3 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important. If you weren't caught up to the point where I am every watcher you're watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for those of you that are wondering, this is my first time watching this show, so join me and Crazy Coffee Man in the comments section, whether you've watched the show before or you're now watching it for the first time, so we can discuss this pretty awesome show. This will be Lucifer Season 3, Episode 4. The title of this episode is called, What Would Lucifer Do? And this is going to be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. Lucifer asks Lexi, a new lady friend that's pretty hot, what her deepest, darkest fantasy is. Well, she dropped a bombshell here. She wants to have sex in the ball pits at Chuck E. Cheese. Never in my wildest imagination had I ever had a thought of having sex in the ball pits at Chuck E. Cheese. For one, it's a kid's place, and for two, what would that really do? But hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess. Not what Lucifer was thinking, that's for sure. Quick hide, Lexi's spouse has come home, and this man is much older than Lexi, probably double her age. He's probably in his 60s, and Lexi is nowhere. She's not 30, that's for sure. So he's much older, and it's more likely that Lexi's with him due to his money. Lucifer tells him that he's touched his wife twice this morning. And he grabs a golf club and he wants to hit Lucifer with the golf club. And then Lucifer asks this man, which I don't know if they said his name in the episode, but I didn't catch it. I could look it up, but it's irrelevant. We won't see him again, most likely. What is it that he desires? He just wants a nap. All the sex, all the partying, it's exhausting. He'd rather be with his ex, as she was, they were more into each other via the mind, where this woman is much younger and likes to party. I had a girlfriend when I was like 29 and she was like 19, 20. I never had an issue keeping up with her, but I obviously now, being closer to 45, I would probably have a lot of trouble with that. So Lucifer has done him a favor. He's going to take care of Lexi for him to keep her, satisfied, and now he owes Lucifer a favor. And then at the station, Chloe asks Lieutenant Pierce if he's busy. Depends on what you're going to ask me next, Decker. Chloe would like to take on some added responsibility. She wants the open union rep position. I understand that there is a time and place for unions, but I've never liked them. I've had a couple experiences with unions, and they never did me much good. So I'm not a fan. Not really important to what the episode has, but just thought I'd share my opinion. Request denied, right away, Pierce says. Having the lieutenant in front of his name means he doesn't have to give himself or explain himself. A new body just dropped. Since you're here, you might as well take the, take the file, and he gives her the file. Ella Lopez thinks Pierce is so into Chloe. Amenadale tells Lucifer that he's his task from Father. Maybe he's supposed to learn from Lucifer. Amenadale needs a makeover and needs to try smiling. Lucifer tells him to get laid and play the piano. WWLD, what would Lucifer do? Emily has been found dead at a drug reform program place, Center for Juveniles. Jerry Blackwell is the person in charge of the ranch. He arrives, and Lucifer thinks it's one of the kids that did it. Ginger, shifty eyes. No way one of my kids did this, Jerry Blackwell says. Lucifer says it's a scam. A tool belt is found with what Ella thinks is the murder weapon missing inside the belt. Instead of coins for like AA or NA, these people get wings. The tool belt was assigned to Tyson Chase. Tyson isn't around and can't be found. Amenadale has decided to style and profile. Asks a female what is it that she desires? And she says for you to move so I can talk to my boyfriend. Amenadiel, not very smooth, trying to be Lucifer. Hello there. You get to have sex with me. Champagne is put in his face. Wow, Amenadiel really needs some work on this. Someone asks Amenadiel if he wants to buy her a drink. Of course, Amenadiel will do that. Dan and Chloe talk about the Firehawk case. Pierce wants an update. He thought they'd be further along. And then Dan says Pierce is a dick to everyone. Lucifer tells Chloe he wants to cut a few corners for the case. Chloe, of course, is completely against this. Someone's hot wiring a car. Lucifer says, quick, but not Vin Diesel quick. It's Tyson Chase. He tells Lucifer he'd rather die than go back. Lucifer goes extremely fast in the car, and Tyson takes his comment back, says he doesn't want to die. Smells like you need a change of underpants first, Tyson. So Lucifer brings Tyson Chase to Chloe, and Tyson finds out that Emily's dead. He loved her. He would have never killed her. They even kissed one time. All right, just because you kiss doesn't mean that you are an item. Emily wanted to expel a resident, and Lucifer thinks he's guilty, and Chloe thinks that Tyson is innocent. Pierce tells Lucifer, well done, being a good influencer, or being a good influence, which Chloe was apologizing for. Lucifer is now the substitute counselor. Lucifer asks all the kids what it is that they desire. No weird answers here. And right now, without, when I didn't know the end of the episode, I had a hunch that it's the head of the ranch, Jerry Blackwell, that was behind all this. Lucifer teaches them how to deal drugs the right way. There's a shit ton of marijuana plants at the ranch. Drugs, not hugs. Lucifer? Detective! What is going on here? How did you get that horse? Lucifer tells Chloe that he's teaching them to sell drugs. And Lucifer introduces Chloe to Carly, his prize pupil. Amenadiel is in jail. Dan goes to see him. He says they performed the act of love, and then she demanded money. But he thought it was for bus fare, but it was a lot of money for bus fare. He knows what a prostitute is. Dan tells Amenadiel he pulled some strings, and he's going to get him out, because he knows, like, the captain or whoever the person in charge of that place is. And then Pierce asks if Lucifer has any thoughts, and Chloe says he's not in the right frame of mind. Carly was chatting online with her boyfriend when Emily was killed. I still think it's the head of the camp. Those were my thoughts, seeing everything for the first time. Chloe asks Ella what Pierce's deal is. She's complaining about him questioning her judgment, and Ella calls Chloe a total badass. And I don't remember exactly where this happened in the episode, but I didn't write my thoughts down, so I figure I will now. Lucifer goes to talk to the old man and gets a favor from him to find out. I can't remember what he found out. I think it was something to do with Tyson or something like that. But anyway, just thought I'd add that in here. And now they're digging, and they found the murder weapon. Lucifer says it's exhausting being right all the time. Great line. I love it. Chloe's going to Jerry's and to find out why Carly is getting these online privileges when she's not very good. Pierce tells Lucifer he's earned some private time, so Lucifer is going to go have fun with Lexi again, and then Pierce is going to ride along with Chloe. Dan talks to Amenadiel at Lux about Lucifer. Pierce tells Chloe he turned her down for the job as the union rep because that's a job for has-beens. He came along because he wanted to see her in action firsthand. Decker, gun! Jerry shoots Pierce with a shotgun. I believe it was a shotgun, and shoots at Chloe. I was right. I just had a hunch. They do the same thing in every episode where they focus on one person initially that isn't the main person, the suspect. They have one person that kind of shows up randomly for a few minutes, and that's usually the person that is the prime suspect, or the person that ends up being the killer. Why is he shooting at them, though? Like, they were just there. It wasn't like they suspected him. He could have come up with a story of why he gave Carly online privileges. And then he gets in a truck and drives away. Unit 831, officer down. Detective, are you okay? Yeah, thanks to Lieutenant Pierce, he saved my life. Chloe has to get to the hospital, and then Daniel tells Lucifer, Chloe's fine. Luckily, Pierce was with her. And then Lucifer finds Jerry. He's got things of money as an anchor for a boat, and but the boat's already tied to the pier. And he tells Lucifer he did a lot of good for those kids. I'm not going back to jail. He tries to shoot Lucifer, but Lucifer moves out of the way. Lucifer, stop! You're going to kill him. You're the devil. You punish evil. Amenadiel shows up and says, Pierce at the hospital with Chloe. He's okay. He's had a few scrapes before. And then Chloe thanks Pierce again. He says he couldn't let anything happen to his best detective. Dan tells Pierce in front of Chloe, thank you for putting him up for the union rep position. So he thinks that Dan is the has-been of the group. And I have a question. Now the douche stuff has stopped. I really hope he becomes a douche again, because I like the fact that, douche, it was funny to me. So let me know if that has stopped or it will eventually come back. Lucifer and Amenadiel talk. He says thanks for reminding him that he's a Punisher. And then Amenadiel thinks he's there to be there for Lucifer now that he's evolving. And Lucifer actually gets mad with Amenadiel thinking that he's changed. And Amenadiel tells Lucifer he can kill the messenger if he must, but no, I'm here for you. And then Lucifer throws a glass in anger at Amir, and that's what ends the episode. So I enjoyed this episode. I know it doesn't get rated really high on IMDb. I always check the IMDb score to see what users think. They give it a 7.8. I'm going to give it a 6.8 out of 10. I actually enjoyed the episode. Male characters of the episode, Lieutenant Marcus Pierce and Amenadiel, they're tied. And then for the females, I got to give it to Chloe. I like the fact that Ella Lopez called Chloe a badass, and then she told Pierce, I'm a badass. And but Chloe did good in this particular episode. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of Lucifer, which I hope you are if you're watching this video, please make sure that you Hulk smash the like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Join me in the comments section along with Crazy Coffee Man to let me know what your thoughts are. What would you rate the episode, and whom, if you had to choose, would be your male and female, or just one character of the episode. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return as soon as I find out what it is that you desire.